Welcome back to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host Lex, coming to you straight from the heart, where the talk is real and the vibe is always live. Yes, here with you back again. And for any show requests or feedback, get a hold of us at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com, and as well as Real Double Dose channel at, should I say Real Double Dose channel.blogspot.com. Oops. Okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff. And we also do have a realdoubledosechannel.com that is coming and featured to open stuff, and is going to be full with many, many wonderful things. So yes, that is official now. If you want to get a hold of us again, or wherever you're tuning in from, thank you once again. You can also check us out at TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, Spotify, Blueberry, iHeartRadio, iTunes, SoundCloud, and many, many more platforms. If we didn't mention them, you're out there. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for your support, your downloads, your questions, your comments, to the email support, and everything else under the sun. So I want to check that out. And yes, at the end of the blog, I know I give you guys this whole forte, but you got to know where to go for it. At the end of the blog spot, you can check out our links to our books, any music disclaimers, just disclaimers about who we are as a whole, or any things for common sense purposes. You can find that at the realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. So let's not overdo it, but it was only like a minute. Come on. I mean, it's not like 20,000 minutes. Let's be real here. But I'm just letting you know, and all those who are tuning in, where to go, what to do, and check them out. The links are always going to be posted at the realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com or soundcloud.com, where we have some of our uploads that go there a lot. So let's get it on. Let's get it on, shall we? Yes. And also, we're going to be having our vacation giveaway packages, our $100 gift card giveaways. Don't forget that. Restaurant giveaways, and a kind of a pop-up surprise meet and kind of like go out to dinner giveaway. So let's not forget all the wonderful things that come with just upgrading who we are. And that's why it's a slice of life with everyday life. Now, this is going to be called hashtag the Undertow. Yes, Undertow. Not the big toe on our foot, but the toe, T-O-W, Undertow. And it was such a beautiful, I want to say synopsis, not. It's a beautiful understanding of it. And the way it's broken down, I'm actually going to read it from where I got a chance to have the whole breakdown of it, because I wanted to kind of come, and give it to us more of a straight, kind of a straight aura of where I'm coming from with it, because like they say, you really can't teach anybody anything that you're trying to say unless you and somebody else can understand what you're trying to say. So this third party perspective can kind of get our conversation going a little bit more. So let's hear this, shall we? Now, the undertow itself, of course, let's just get this, undertow, because we don't want anyone to be confused. So as a noun, we'll say a current of water below the surface and moving in a different direction from any surface current. Example, I was swept away by the undertow, right? An implicit quality, emotion, or influence underlining the superficial aspects of something and leaving a particular impression. And quote, there's a dark undertow of loss that links the novel with earlier works, right? It's just examples for the undertow, right? So I wanted to make sure we put that out there. And it said, an undertow is when waves break along the ocean shore. An undertow can be dangerous to children, for example, if the water's going back into the ocean, it's strong, it can knock them down, and, a swooping wave and the rip current can pull them back in, right? I'm getting somewhere with this. Hear me out. Now, also, what causes an undertow, right? An undertow and a rip current are both caused by the action of waves breaking on the shore. As waves break on the shore, water from previous waves runs underneath the waves. Water from previous waves runs underneath the waves. I'm going to have to repeat that. Currently breaking on the shore. This creates a gentle current that runs along the bottom of the ocean, which can pull you toward the ocean floor. Let me repeat that. Pull you towards the ocean floor. Yes, and at the same time, the water is basically an underlying current, force, or tendency that is in opposition to what is apparent. Opposition, yes. Hashtag the undertow, not the underdog. So breaking that down in the way that I just got a chance to read it from where it's at, Like I said, I'm freehanding this. I hope it's not too loud. I hope it's not too all over the place. But hey, when you're doing it raw, straight, live, direct, you got to do what you have to do. Boom. Let's get it. No salt and sugar. So what I want to say for that is, of course, taking pages from books. I was talking to my girl last night and I was getting my hair done and I'm thinking to myself, how can I do both of these at one time? But 2 hours later, we found ourselves in the same current events, except she's engaged or wants to be engaged, excuse me. And, mine's already slipped over to the next level where I'm like, okay, well, what do we do now? Is it a plateau? Apparently it is on one side. And I look at the whole understanding of, man, what is it? Like the undertow is basically what we have. We have our life and things that seem, especially to the eye of others, that looks like it's going with the beautiful ocean waves. They're all going in sync. But then soon as when you get down to the little layers that fall beneath it, there goes the undertow and the riptide. Now, it's not just, okay, we have to have the undertow where it's going a whole different direction to where it'll swoop you in and the riptide will suck you down. So I look at that and I'm thinking, man, it can be brought down in these different levels. If we don't adhere to what's going on in our own lives, what's happening and everything else going forth, I look at it. I mean, what is the riptide? What is the undertow in our life? Now, even though everything seems to be fine on the surface to a certain point, the undertow is basically waiting right there. That is in opposition of everything that's trying to go in sync. Now, this right here is not the point of going to the path that is not of least resistance. This is to the point of what's in our personal bubbles. Sometimes we have to let go of what the undertow is all about. Sometimes we have to understand that it is a riptide, hashtag it is. It'll freaking bring us down to nothing. You feel what I'm saying? It'll bring us down to the ocean floor. And as beautiful as that may look or be, it's still freaky. One, because we can't hold our breath enough to get down there without probably imploding on ourselves. And we don't know what lurks beneath. When it brings you to the ocean floor, unless you're a part of that atmosphere, it's a problem. Okay, so the whole point is, if it's not going with the current, it's not the point of people wanting to see the ocean waves go. It's not the point of people. It's the waves of our lives and the waves and things and times that happen in that current of where we are. And we already have enough undertows and riptides and all kinds of things happening underneath the surface. But when we have people in our personal space, we have those who claim to love but don't really give love the way it is meant to be. Yeah, sometimes they don't know it. Sometimes they have to seek it. And sometimes they want it selfishly the way they designed it to be. And I take this from another page, I'm going to say. And you say, Lex, well, what are you really referring to? What I'm saying is sometimes you have to drop the undertow in order to get back to the surface. Sometimes you have to run away and jump out of that riptide and pass through that undertow in order to get back to your wave and surface. I had to drop a lot of people in my time, especially when my siblings passed away last year. I mean, it's kind of like, man, it makes you kind of sick to your stomach how much dead weight you have to drop, but it really doesn't get to you that bad because you start seeing like, man, that's a lot of dead weight. And you look at it like, man, the world's so much more smaller because you thought it was so much more good with the ones that you thought were good, who you believe were on your team. It's good that things happen, not tragedies necessarily. They all teach us something, but it's good that things happen because it can show you really what's going on, show you who's there. And a lot of us get so caught up in our own life. Sometimes we forget to see what's going on with another person's life. Okay, I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, I just kind of keep my distance where I'm like, okay, well, that's their life. Maybe you guys, RDC families, let me know. Maybe you can say, okay, well, that's what happens. But I try and I tend not to get so caught up at myself. Caught up in myself to let anything else be, as such. I meet wonderful people every day. Point in case, when I got a chance to purchase the car that's soon to be my niece's little first vehicle or second vehicle, whatever they want, I had this wonderful young man named Peyton, awesome, at Tom Cadillac. Excuse me, I don't want to say Cadillac. Tom Cadillac, Kia of Rochester. And it was wonderful. It was just to the point where I got a chance to have the greatest experience. I felt more than family delighted. I actually went up there this morning and had breakfast with them, and kind of picked up some sandwiches and chilled back. I tell people it's more than just a connection, right, on the waves and the surface. It's the deeper undercurrents that go, not the undertow. When we get a chance to meet people and have people around us, when we get a chance to expand our waves and let them on the shore, just to be able to get that whole aura and essence of everything going around, that's what makes our waves go. A customer service person doesn't have to be as friendly as they are or go above and beyond. Their tip of the day is what you leave them with, and they want a better day because that's who they are, quote, in general. Even if they can fake it till they make it, it's just the point that they can at least give you what you want when you come there and expect it. When we leave our waves on the shore, a person in our lives doesn't have to be a doll or some kind of person that we're trying to tell what to do. But if you're letting that person know, hey, I need something more. Now, it's not the superficial thing. Don't get me wrong now. Don't look at it like, oh, man. Oh, I told my girl, one of my other guy friends, I told her, maybe she look good with the breast implant. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about breast implants and, six packs and all kinds of stuff like that. That's shallow. In my humble factual opinion, it is shallow. It's different when, those expectations, that's something else on a whole nother conversation. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about if a person is mistreating you and you're sitting there saying, man, I just feel like I'm just getting pulled under the undertow because every time I tell this person that I want to be treated this way, or I give them the signs or talk to them, give them some signal, and that you clearly know they see it and they're ignoring it, like, hey, this is all I can give. This is the best I have to give, or this is what I'm willing to give you. You need to say, look, that's fine for you, but I'm not settling for that. And the feeling of loss, you get that feeling when you get that withdrawal syndrome where you're like, oh, I miss them or feel this. But what's the difference between being with that person and being miserable, or that situation and being miserable, pulled under the undertow and the riptide, just close to the riptide, ready to get ripped down to the bottom of the ocean floor, which is basically epic rock bottom, or being able to have this experience where you're like, I'm okay. I'm all right. This is going to be to the point where I'm going to be cool. Like, I'm going to miss them because they're part of my routine. I'm going to feel some type of way because I do care or love them or the situation to a certain point, but it's not on my level. Now, there's nothing wrong with being satisfied where you are. There's nothing wrong with being grateful and, of course, have gratitude for what you have. But until we're meant to grow and reach for more. Even if there's just one apple tree that you always build, there's always something that's saying, hey, why don't you try to build a peach tree? Doesn't have to be successful. Just try it. The whole point is don't get pulled under someone else's undertow. Someone else's, right? We have our own already happening because we're a part of life. That's life, right? The game board of life. It's unexpected, craziness, beauty, pain, fear, emotion. Crazy simulation of life that we're living, and we have no way out of it except through one way, when it is our time to go. Yes, whoever said it was a bad thing, we just don't know. We fear what we don't know. But the whole point is we don't need someone else creating an undertow in our lives from our ocean waves that are trying to run current, right? Trying to keep us moving, trying to keep us in the right direction. We don't need an undertow from someone else, especially someone in our personal circle, to bring us anywhere back into this opposition of where the current wants to go. That's basically telling someone, hey, I want to go ahead and move forward in my life. And they're saying, hey, but I want you to settle down and have 10 kids for me. Okay. Or, hey, I really want to work on this project and get our business going so we can be financially free. And the other person knowing what it is from the get-go, saying, hey, I just want to sit there and chill back and live, paycheck to paycheck and struggle and fight with each other all day. These are clear examples, right? So I'm saying, so you're looking at like, man, I'm in opposition of myself. Love requires sacrifice. Understanding requires sacrifice. Everything is a sacrifice just for us to be here right now. But there's a fine line between ignorance and selfishness and sacrifice and love. If you love something or someone or situation, anything, you're willing to make it to the point where there's no more undertow there. You're always going to have a riptide trying to bring you to the bottom, Murphy's Law or not. But you need someone to help you stay current with your current and also help them stay good with their current. It's a balance. It's 100% them and 100% us or you, whatever. You know what I mean? It's not 50-50. It's 100-100. It's not 20-20. Okay. It's 100-100. All we have to do is keep current with that current situation and understand hashtag the undertow is not for us. And if they want to continue to go on that spiral, or that situation keeps getting there, whether it's work, whether it's trying to go for some academic that's just not working out, whether it's some situation where you need to get out of it on a material, physical level, or mental level, whatever it might be, it might not just be a relationship. For most people, it is. The undertow would be, hey, I need to step out of this. I need to go ahead and say, you know what? Even though I've tried multiple times to let this person back in the current, or the situation back in the current stream, it's just not doing well for me. Now, sometimes it might take you 10 to 20 times. Sometimes it might take you 10 or 30, and some people just one, boom, we're done. But ultimately, remember, the reason why we keep having undertows and eventually turning into a riptide to bring us all the way down to the ocean floor, hypothetically speaking, is because we keep allowing the undertow to enter our current and be in opposition of the direction we're going. Oh yeah, let me say that one more time before we end this. We keep allowing that situation or that person's undertow to keep entering our current flow of our wave system of life, okay, of how we're trying to do things. Not the point where we won't grow, but to the point of where we're looking at it like, hey, we know where we need to go, and they should be on that direction as they claim, or you think, but at the same time they're letting some kind of force or negativity bring them to a point to where they want to keep you stagnant and undertow, whatever. But you understand what I mean. Anthony's crazy, he's laughing at me. So you understand what I mean. Anthony, he's my helper with audio editing. I'm just saying, I know there's some new people listening. When I say Anthony or Angela, this is the people that help RDC, our team flow going on here. And sometimes they're here with me, a lot of times they're here with me, most times smiling and just giving me a little, okay, like wink to the eye, nodding their head kind of thing. We collab on this. We collab of breaking it down. But that's what it is. So don't let someone else's undertow or a situation undertow come in there and be in opposition of the direction you're going. Learn how to wipe it out, because you can remove it. You can move it or set it to the side. Doesn't matter if that's your children with it, you have kids with that person, you have a dealing with that person, you have a business with that person. There's always boundaries that can be set up in place no matter where you are in life. And if it's a situation, you can always find a better upgrade of a place to be at work. You can always find a better upgrade of a place to be somewhere. There's always a solution somewhere that's already waiting for us no matter what. So I'm not going to, put this on too long, but I wanted us to get the slice of life. But I wanted to put that out there because I'm starting to move a lot of things. I've been doing it before, but this time I'm like, look, I might go through withdrawals. I might go through a lot of drama inside myself from just being a very, very nurturing, loving person. But if I can give everything I have and more, everything, not just as a woman, a person, okay? Not just a gender, a person. Give everything I have and more, not because I'm trying to overcompensate, but because of how I articulate. And that person's telling you, or that situation telling you, hey, this is all you're going to get. That's as best you're going to get from me. That's what I have to give you. I don't know what you want from me. You need to learn how to step away and go with your current in that wave system. Don't let it pull you to the undertow. Don't let it take you down on a riptide. Learn how to rise above and go on that beautiful, ocean breeze, okay, with yourself. You don't have to sit there and be subjected to someone's or some things, stipulations of this is how you should live, because you're going to look back. We're all going to look back and be like, man, how much time did I spend doing that? Now, how much time have I been with the situation, and I might as well keep going because it's been here all along. Like a lot of my friends do that. Man, it's been 7-10 years. I might as well stay here now. Well, look, 10 to 7 years from now, when that person decides not to be your undertow anymore and just bounce back and go right back to their ecosystem, you're going to be sitting there looking crazy like, man, I just sat here all these years dealing with this when I could have just let it go. And that's what I refuse to do, is keep on to something that's bringing me down to the riptide. So this is your host Lex, coming to you straight from the heart. I hope you got something on a hashtag the undertow, and just make sure you just rise above, be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the spirit, because you deserve it. You're wonderful, and it's always there with you, calling out to you and there for you always. And just check us out. Come on in, and we're here. We're expanding. You're wonderful. Your family. And check us out at realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com, and be waiting for that launch for realdoubledosechannel.com official now. And when that opens up, you will have free giveaways for stuff in that whole opening of that, and wonderful enlightening series as well for you and our courses and apparel. Yes, I said that. And so much more. And shoot us our emails like you have been at realdoubledosechannel@yandex.com. Find us. We love you. We appreciate you. And we will be back. # the Undertow with you very, very, very soon.